Cam had some, I think, if I remember correctly, controversy on it being like inaccurate to like the platforms and stuff. There are
I do remember that.
certain inaccuracies with it, which is true, but you can tell from everything about this movie that it was heavily researched. Like,
It's a movie.
The culture, like the stuff of the chat room culture and the tokens and the camathon to try and get your rank up high on MFC and being like Miss MFC is what it's called. Which is my free cams, which is what Free Girls Live is the name of the website. And there's no OnlyFans at this point, so there's no OnlyFans in.
Right, that's true.
And the things that are inaccurate about are, I would say, 100% necessary to make a fucking story out of it.
Right. There is inaccuracy and then there's speculative inaccuracy.
Right. And I think it really depends on what you're thinking is inaccurate, because there is a point where she meets up with one of her guys, which I think a lot of people said, like, that's not what cam girls do, that's not a thing. But that's not true.
It's not true.
That's not true at all. I remember, God, I wish I could remember the girl's name, but on cam girl Twitter, like 5 years ago, I remember listening to this like hour and a half long voice memo that this girl was going into with this one regular on her cam show. I think his name was Bones. The screen was Bones. And like she'd met up with him a few times and it became like a whole fucking thing. But it was like people used to do fate raffles and stuff like that with their cam fight. And to be fair, I'm sure that happens a lot less these days. I doubt it's completely gone just because it'll never be. There's always going to be somebody willing to do it and 10 times more willing to pay for it.
Well, I think aren't all these platforms, didn't they like change their algorithm? Because essentially, I don't know this for a fact because you would know more than me. You're the expert.
At least I have a lot of education on this circa like summer 2020.
Right,
even
but
after I don't really know.
But I've done, I've written some fiction with things adjacent to this. I think that they changed the algorithm at one point where, in order to they're not gonna put. Like you can't do content on there. Like you can do content with yourself if you're registered on whatever site it is. But like if you're bringing on another person, they would have to also be like registered.
They have to have a model profile.
Right.
They have to have their IDs verified. And that's all in the name of like safety.
Yeah, of course. Makes sense. But yeah, so it's like, I don't think like
I think it's a lot, it makes it a lot less, makes, I guess, a lot less of an option, I think, probably, because it's not as easy to get your boyfriend on with your unload him like he's an employee.
Yes.
So what else do I have to say about him?
Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah. We were talking about like the inaccuracies, the supposed or the speculative nature of it.
Yeah. And I don't want to spoil.
Yeah.
It's not the thing. I can't wait to watch this movie.
Yeah.
We're going to watch it because it's entirely, I'm showing it to my nail tech. When she was.
Right.
You do.
Right. I guess the question that I would ask is, not story-wise, but what do you think my reaction will be overall?
I think you're going to be really stressed for her.
Oh, okay.
It's very stressful.
Okay. I kind of felt that way about when I watched Nora.
Do you want to watch the trailer?
We can watch the trailer.
It's pretty good. I've watched the trailer a few times over now because I this is like the one that I'm really like, this is it though. Like,
yeah.
This is the one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm struggling to put the title. Oh, I need to see that. You're just like,
we all do.
What are we gonna watch?
Social Network?
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Mind reader?
Yeah. I'm glad we caught this on. Okay, I'm glad we caught it. Because no one will believe it. Oh, that image is very...
I hate that they have that image there.
Oh, okay. It doesn't...
I love the back of the image.
This is the movie.
Oh, shit.
You probably did, but it just gave you the movie. It was like, no, we're watching the movie. That's the trailer.
I'll release one. Samantha Robbins.
Oh, from Love Witch. Love that. Ah,
Drained.
ooh. Oh, classic. Oh, this is Perfect Blue.
Yes, it is. It's Perfect Blue with Flats on. I was just telling Nick that last night.
Ah,
But there is another element to it.
okay.
On its face. Yes, that is the perfect way to describe it. Perfect Blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so excited to watch.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Where it is. Cup breasts. I'd like to take back the first episode.
Yes.
Measure my boobs one thing.
Yes.
At
Wow. I'm gonna
30? Because I have a 30. I'm 29 under bust, which gets rounded up to 35-ish bones. Then 30 triple D slash 30 F. Hey, guess what? Nowhere fucking sells that. And I went deep into Reddit. And apparently, it's like the actual most common literal bra size. And they don't even fucking make it.
That's interesting. Shannon knows that I like breast talk. She knows this about me.
One thing I will always bring to the table
Yes.
is a perfect rack.
Correct.
Because the bra I'm wearing right now is 34 double D. And because if we're going on sister side, which is you go down a cup, up a band. So if I was going to do a 34 band, it should be a D, not a double D.
It's interesting how that works. Because I know that it's like there's cup and then there's like back, right?
Well, yeah, so it's your band and your cup.
Right.
Your band is like your ribcage and your back, yeah.
Yes.
And so, there's your like, band and like, volume.
Mm.
And so the way Sister Something works, and this is why, even though technically a 34D works for the most common boob size,
Yes.
the spacing is that's where it comes in. So on like a 30, I'm close to going up and getting my bras to show you this illustrate.
I mean, we will.
The cups are closer together on a 36B, which again, me, even though it should, because it should be at like a 38B if I'm wearing a B cup, should be a 36C.
The human body is weird that way.
And also fashion sizing for women.
Very true.
Bullshit. Bring back corsetry. Sorry. Like, there was a lot more room for adjustment with.
No. I do understand that. We can invent that. That'll be our next thing. Yeah.
The human body it's so fluid.
We need adjustments.
His body fluctuates like crazy.
Yes.
So something maternity clothes, but make them permanent. You know how you were little and you had the buttons on the inside of your pants?
Absolutely.
That should be an all clothes.
I
Why
agree.
did they? Actually, I know why that's not a thing, but whatever.
I hear you. Well, the last time, so I mentioned earlier that I had been thinking about this, and like when I felt like I've failed you in a certain capacity when it comes to these type of conversations, and the question that came to mind was, okay. Anyway, the question that I have is, let's say that you are in some sort of political office. Let's just say, because those things, a lot of those different positions do different things. So let's just make you the most powerful. Like, let's say that you're president. What's your most important thing? Like, what's your most important issue? What are you addressing first?
Oligarch.
So break that down. No.
I'm gonna get assassinated because I'm gonna be. Actually, I'm not gonna get assassinated. I'm never gonna get to be president. I'm gonna get primary. But I don't.
Well, let's think about that. So oligarchy. I'm gonna let me. I feel like, because I hear about oligarchy all the time, right? As a political scientist, like these are terms that I hear, and I will be honest, like I love AOC. And I'm not really shading AOC when I say this. I may be shading the other person that sometimes she runs with. But
You're talking about Bernard and my Christian household.
I kind of roll my eyes when I hear that term, oligarchy. Anyway, so it says a government run by only a few, often the wealthy, right? Really what we're talking about is we're talking about go ahead.
Teacher.
Please.
It's not an oligarchy, it's a corporatocracy.
We're really talking about corporate greed.
Word.
Corporatocracy.
Is that a word?
Yeah, we're really talking about corporate greed. We're really talking about...
It's not peopleist.
Yeah, right? And so, okay, so you want to address corporate greed. You want to... Because, by the way, you're in office. So, in a lot of ways, your presence as president...
Rise and breathe.
Oh, I like
Rise up with her.
Rise up with Reese. Yeah, that's pretty good. And stay tuned because after this, we're going to do Spotify.
I'm so excited.
Okay, Rise Up with Reese. Your very presence in office, right? The fact that, I don't know, millions of people voted for you. Let's assume that you'll win a popular vote, electoral college. In a lot of ways, your position, right, addresses, in part, corporate greed, right? Because you've been elected. Like people are saying they agree with you. Like they agree with that.
Right.
Okay. So what do you do? How do you address this? Because the president, let's just be clear about the presidential, like the executive branch power. 3 branches of government: judicial, legislative, executive. Legislative, those are the, Senate, House of Representatives. Judicial, that's all your courts, Supreme Court. And then the executive is the president, governors, like people that run the highest level, right?
Right.
The president, in terms of like what they can control, they have full control over the military. Like they can control the military. That's basically all that they can do. They have power to like say things on television or on whatever platform that they want to go on. And they can influence things like Wall Street and all types of things. Like a president can crash Wall Street. They can build it up.
Well, it's literal and metaphorical, the things the president can do. It's all in incentives, literal, metaphorical, rally the troops.
Yeah. The president, through his cabinet, can build like federal housing. They can do things with funding, like education, higher education, healthcare, things like that. Some of those things they can't do without the legislative, right? But they can definitely like float it out there. They can say it.
Right.
So, okay. So what do you do?
So I think the main 2 things that I have been currently in my mind over, it's really like the main thing to solve the vast majority of problems in this country.
Well, see, you're not trying to get all of the problems. You said corporate greed.
Get on it. Getting there.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize.
I can't believe you're interrupting the president.
Madam President, I don't know.
If I'm just like our president, I'd be killed.
Yes, correct. You're saying to address all the things.
So poverty is the problem.
Okay.
Poverty is the problem. I think the main things to start with is healthcare. And the other thing to start with is how we're going to do healthcare. We are going to make a wealth tax.
Say more.
Fucking income tax.
Okay.
Because they're not making money.
Okay.
Not like you and I are making money. Not like we would pay an income tax.
Okay.
There should be a fucking wealth tax. And it should be as high as it was in like the 1950s, which was as high in 90%.
Yeah, correct.
That one is never going to happen.
You have... Well, here, hold on. I'm going to give you your options here. I'm going to assume that Congress is like 50-50 split the way that it is currently, right? Like in the Senate, it's 50%. I'm going to say that you ran as a independent who caucuses with Democrats. Like you're like on your Bernie
I'm a liberal.
vibes. Okay. So, 50% Democrat, 50% Republican in the Senate, 50% Democrat, 50% Republican in the House. So you're gonna go on So first of all, what's your strategy? You're gonna go on television, linear television. You're gonna go on podcasts because you're gonna like give your message. Like where are you going?
We're starting where we need the Democrats.
Okay, where you starting?
Where we are right now.
So you're going to the podcast.
And talking to all the boys. I'm going on Fox News.
Perfect.
Tucker Carlson, call me back. Whatever. Put Pete Hegseth back where he belongs.
Absolutely. Well,
he's not rude.
Well, you're the president. You could actually get him to interview you on Fox News. So that could happen. You get Tucker and Hegseth. You get them both. It could happen.
I'm gonna say it. I shouldn't say it, but with tag team by Tucker Carlson and Pete Hegseth.
You can have it. Okay, so you're on the.
So they invoice my there.
Okay, so you're starting with the podcast. So the message is out there. You got the message to millions of people. They heard you. They know. You know, it's because you were in office. I would say that most people, the majority of people, agree with you.
And I'm extending the olive branch to the Republicans. Yeah, the Republicans are not gonna like my socialist bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
However, like Bernard, I am very much a pro-Second Amendment Democrat.
Okay.
Mostly just because of the way our fucking government actually is at this point. Not that I believe that anyone has to do anything compared to what the government has.
You are government, by the way. You have the goals. As yourself.
As myself.
Forehead. Yeah. Gotcha.
I'm not in care.
Okay. So you've gotten the message across. Stocks immediately plummet. That just happens because they don't have trust in you and in your message. And really behind the scenes, they're trying to get you out, as you stated.
Right.
But, you have public support. Like voters, generally speaking, they like you. Let's be honest. The reason why that they like you.
Not listening to me when they're running. I have my tits out on the debates.
Correct.
Your Honor.
Which, by the way, is fine. As the
I'm
president,
chosen by God. Look.
Yeah, as the president, you have every right to do. Okay.
I'm sending laws out the window under my administration.
I mean, executive order. You can do that. Okay. So you got to convince 60 people, 60 plus in the Senate, and whatever it is, 60% of the House because it's healthcare that we're going after.
Right. And I think healthcare is the first. Healthcare by way.
And so are we amending Affordable Care Act? Are we like getting rid of it and just replacing it with like single payer, or like what are we doing?
Well, that's a great question. I'm not.
Okay. Let's say that you want to go single payer. Like you want socialized, like full. You want the same thing that they have in Canada and like basically every other like
every
country.
Other. No, not every other first vote.
Yeah. Okay. You want that, which by the way, people agree.
The majority of people.
A majority.
Even Americans agree.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Vote for me. Wait, how old do you have to be president?
35, yeah.
All right. So 2036.
Yeah.
I turned 35 that year. It's an election year.
Yeah. Okay.
Ready game.
Well, that's why I'm taking you.
That's it.
That's why I'm doing this. I came up with this idea. I was like, okay, I want to put her in a position so where she can think this through and that we can work it out because this is how you fight. I think that the life of the mind, I think that fiction or whatever we want to call it, speculation.
Yeah.
I feel like it's what can be imagination, speculation. I think that is the answer to this moment. So how are we going to convince Congress to like pass your healthcare bill?
I think it's less about convincing Congress and more about convincing the people that give Congress their job.
Perfect. So you're going to talk to the people.
Right.
On the podcast, on all of social, and you're going to tell them.
Talk to your fucking representative.
Call them, make them annoyed. Okay. I think that's a pretty good strategy. It passes in the House, dead in the Senate.
Well, should we do our thing?
Do you try again? Do you move off of it? What do you do?
Do nothing like that. I assume you sit on it.
Okay.
I assume you don't let your foot off there now.
The people really want you to keep going. They want you to do more.
You have to control the narrative. You can't stop talking.
Okay.
Because people want you fucking distracted.
Okay. So the Senate vote, so it passed in the House. So you don't have to worry about them. You know what happened there. The Senate, the vote is public. You know who voted. Let's say it was, I'm not good with math, so I don't know what the numbers are. Even with 50-50, I don't know the numbers. But you only needed 3 votes to get this thing passed. You know the 3 people who you feel like you could possibly flip, but they're the type of people that are like really wish-washy. Like they might say you can have a conversation with them, public conversation, and they'll say all the right things, but they'll like still not vote for it. They're that type of person. So like, what do? You know who those people are. And the people, and by the way, the people, the voters, they really want you to do this.
Right.
They really like they're saying like, I want you to go harder. Like, we like that you're going for it. I want you to do more, do more. Not good enough. Do more. So what do you do?
Now, if I was a regular politician or primary people, but I'm working under the assumption that I don't have the dollars to do that.
You're the president.
But I'm the president for the people.
You don't have a lot of corporate funding. It was definitely like small dollar donation type of campaign, grassroots. I mean, yeah, okay.
Figuring them is the ideal scenario.
Well, you can say that such and such and such and such needs to be primary.
I mean, I guess I could immediately just give these people are again. I talk to the people like they said they were for this, and then they still voted against. Why are we still giving them a job? Help me help you, gang.
It's July. People are not paying attention to politics. They're outside, they're barbecuing, they're fireworks, they're doing all the things. They want you to do this, but they're not really paying attention. So yeah, you're doing all this, and they're really not paying attention. Like, how do you get their attention? How do you make them not? And also, elections are 2 years away. What do you do in the meantime?
We do what AMC would do, Brady. Do a little for rally. We get people interested. Get them. Go to college.
Okay. 50 state tour.
It's possible, absolutely.
You're the president. You have Air Force One? Okay.
I have F1, I just can't lead on a green. And I'd be like, that's your president. Like, I'm not the fucking president.
Well, you don't have to use Air Force One, to be fair. I said that you have Air Force One, but you don't have to use it. You could go on a 50 shade.
President on a economy.
You could.
Would be that president. What?
That would be cool.
Would get assassinated.
Well, you would have Secret Service. You'll be fine. They would protect you. I think the majority of people like your messaging. You do use a lot of public and open transportation. Like, maybe you use the bus. Yeah. Maybe you ride the bus.
And I can't drive.
Maybe you ride the bus. Maybe you ride a bike. Like, people see you. They know who you, they know you. Yeah, they're not necessarily surprised to see you. And also, I will say this about being the president. A lot of people talk a lot of noise about presidents behind their back, but then when that president, like, if they're standing in front of you, it's the president.
There's also the president, so like, a principle thing, you don't disrespect the president, but also you're the president, and threatening the president's illegal, and you could spin anything into being a threat.
But also, the president...
Aura is threatening to me.
They have aura. Like, they enter the room and it's like, yo, this is that person. Even if we don't like them. Well, you're the president. So it comes with it. So you have that. Okay, so...
I'm like in that Obama.
Yeah.
You share a beer with.
A 50-state tour, you're doing it, you're on a bus or whatever. Whatever is the most fuel efficient and environmental friendly. Yeah, and whatever is most environmentally friendly. Okay. So we're going after healthcare. We're talking to colleges. Is it just colleges?
We're going to colleges.
Yeah.
And we're going Valley of the Beach. We're going into like red state, like strictly deeply red counties.
Okay. Give me 3 red states that you're going to.
We're going to Georgia.
Georgia.
Sure, we're going to Georgia. Missouri, because I think we can flip it back to at least a swing state.
Yeah.
And
Tennessee. Maybe you go to Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas. Or Alabama. Maybe that's where you go. And maybe...
How about you in that? Great point.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that,
I'm a big proponent. A lot of people are always like, the South is fucked. There's no hope for the South. And I don't believe that at all. I think that right.
I'm telling you this as your, like, I don't know, chief of staff or whatever you're, like, I'm giving you that.
You're my senior advisor.
I'm your senior advisor, and I'm telling you, like, it's
You're
go
my
to
first
Louisiana, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. That's where you're going. Maybe Georgia if we have enough time. Maybe.
I just want to have dinner with Marjorie.
I love Marjorie Taylor. Okay, anyway.
I want to cross.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So those are the states that I'm advising you to go to. Well, I'm going to say it straightforward. Are you on your class, not race?
I don't even necessarily believe in class, not race to 100%.
Oh, well, then you're not then.
No.
Yeah.
I think class has a lot to do with it, but to say that race has nothing to do with it is so fucking ignorant.
That's fantastic. Fantastic.
We joke.
Well, there are certain politicians.
There's class, not sex. It's definitely class and race.
Okay. So very happy to hear that as your chief advisor, because I have your strategy. I know what you should do. You're going to, so the South, those four states that I just mentioned have the largest concentration of Black people. Period.
Here's my thing.
Go ahead, talk to me.
I'm not necessarily concerned about keeping, like, that makes it sound crazy. I'm just saying sentence and I'm going to explain. I'm not worried about getting the Black vote because the vast majority of Black people already vote Democrat.
Here's the information that I'm going to give you as your advisor. It's the largest amount of Black people. It's the lowest amount of voter turnout. Those states. Meaning that you can expand your constituency, your turnout,
right,
and potentially you could flip these states.
You're right. You're so right.
Maybe not within 2 years. Maybe not within 4 years.
But now it's time to start like...
It could happen. It could happen.
It's time to start just going and then talking to people now. Like,
okay.
Start that.
Okay, so you talk to Black people and you're telling them about all the things that you want to do with healthcare. Black people agree with you because Black people are very practical and they know. A lot of them are already they know they like you.
Right.
They like you. They're kind of doing the thing. They're doing the, like what we said about the Fox News viewers. They're doing that too because they like you in that way. But they also agree with you.
They're also like, goddamn, but goddamn if you met in point.
Yeah, well, they're doing both of those. You're gonna say things like, I mean, in your own way. I mean, you won't be super greasy, but you'll do your thing. This is how I'm gonna say it. You're gonna translate it in your way. White people in Mississippi, white people in Louisiana, white people in Alabama, white people in Georgia. You're sick. You're broke. It's the Republicans' fault, or whoever is in office, whatever. It's their fault.
My fellow American, we're being lied to, and you are fighting for it.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Yes. I'm trying to pass this healthcare bill for you because you are the sickest, brokest demographic in the South.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
Where is this gonna come from? Are you gonna get taxed more? First of all, you've been unemployed for 6 years. Me going into the low-income white communities is also workshopping.
I like that. It could work. All that stuff goes viral. Okay. I think that works because, and the reason why you go into those states because those were the senators. That's why I'm picking those states for you. So those are the senators that those are not the senators that you needed. Actually, the senators that you needed were in, where did you say? You said Tennessee, Missouri, and Georgia. So they were in those states. Yeah. But because you went to those states, you picked up 6 more votes. You flip the Senate, you get the healthcare bill passed. Okay? Now it's time to implement it. You got to work with governors. How do you ensure that what happened with the Affordable Care Act doesn't happen with your thing? Essentially, it's passed, it's federal, But because states have right, they can take what they want, but they don't have to do things. They can make it all weird, and all of a sudden, the red states can essentially make it look like your healthcare is not working, even though it's the best healthcare in all the land. They can make it seem like it doesn't work. So how do you work with the governors to make sure that they don't tank your healthcare? Well, okay.
I say you do what I tell you. I pull a Donald Trump and I say, oh, you want to fuck my healthcare? You get nothing. You get nothing.
I think, absolutely. I think that
I directly fund the citizens and I skip the state completely. Fuck y'all.
that's very tough. But
I know.
Okay.
Not the thing.
So I'm going to end it here. This is a good thought exercise for what it is that we can do in order to like kind of think about these things. And I'm really prepping you for when you eventually decide to run in 10 years, 12 years.
I'm run for something in the next 2 or 3. You're like,
Okay.
you gotta start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere. Spotify time.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.